just had a press conference talking about all the new advancements on the Cub.
Right.
So give us a quick update on what's going on.
Well, what we did today was introduce a second-generation airplane called Sport Cub S2, and we incorporated some of the most important safety, performance, and weight-saving features that our customers have been asking for. There's a big concern that we have that we could prevent some of what are the typical accidents in Cubs by putting an airbag, the second-generation airbag from AmSafe, into our airplane. They designed that uniquely for us, and the reality is in Cub flying, you're flying low and slow, and you only may be going 30, 35 miles an hour when you have that impact, and an airbag will save your life in that case and certainly prevent, catastrophic damage to you. So that was a key improvement. The others were in performance. We demonstrated in the press conference here, we had a video of a proof of concept airplane that took off in 19 feet, and what we did was look at that airplane, Jamil, and say, how can we transfer some of the technology from that airplane into the light sport airplane? And the answer really is in carbon fiber. We can make certain components out of carbon fiber, save weight. With that weight savings, we can incorporate that into the Sport Cub S2, and then a customer has more options to put some of the other things that actually weigh more, like fancy flat panels and bigger tires and floats and metal props and things like that. What we really end up with, we sort of leave behind the OpenCal J3 nostalgic airplane, and we're moving ahead into an airplane that customers want. They don't have to compromise on options. We really have a Super Cub for the light sport market.
Aero-TV is brought to you by Cirrus aircraft have always been easy to fly. Now they're easier than ever to buy. A complete line of ownership programs gives you everything you need to purchase, trade, finance, lease, insure, and warranty your Cirrus. There's even an ownership program for non-pilots. The Cirrus Access Pilot can teach you how to fly or fly the plane for you. Find out more at www.cirrusdesign.com. Cirrus, for the love of flying. Now, back to Aero-TV.
Let's talk some more about some specific characteristics of the airplane. We changed the cowling ever so slightly. The plane can cruise at 102 miles per hour, increase the cooling in the engine just a little bit. And at the same time, flaps are standard equipment. We're the only one in the category that does that. To slow down into the low 30s, your favorite backcountry strip is accessible. And it's a reasonable cross-country airplane. We widened the fuselage 4 inches. We made the cabin actually a little bit deeper behind the back seat to allow for more baggage to take place. So you can do the things the Cub can do that are more well known, but it makes a reasonable cross-country airplane. Base price of the airplane is $119,500, and actually the change from the original model is minimal. What was some optional equipment last year, flaps were optional, a second tank was optional, and an option obviously that wasn't even available last year was the airbags. All of that is now standard equipment. We have not changed the price of the options that stayed in the foreign model. Base price $119,500. A little bit on the lines of technology. The Alpha Omega suspension system. This is simply an alternative to the original bungees. Some would say that it has a little different landing characteristics, but we're offering it for the first time on this airplane. In terms of the panel, the latest avionics, the reason I'm putting a lighter weight, stronger tail spring and getting 5 pounds out is so I can add 5 pounds back in the things our customers want and still have a legal airplane.
Aero-TV is brought to you by
Today, there is an affordable, high-performance, easy-to-own and easy-to-operate very light jet designed with you in mind. Far less expensive than any other twin-engine jet to buy, it is also the least expensive to own and operate. It is the Eclipse 500. The jet that's easy to buy, easy to fly, and fun to own. The jet for you.
Now, back to Aero-TV.
Something very unconventional, but has been very well received. That's electric trim. That's on the front stick. That's in the airplane too. What you can't see is so many airframe improvements. And those include, like I said, redesigning the cowling, changing the speed characteristics just a little bit, improving cooling. We've completely redesigned the door, reducing wind noise and the way the door latches. We've got a new cabin heater. Our chief pilot is sitting here, Brian Thompson, and on early Pipers, or you may remember, the heater was like a small dog breathing on you a little bit. You just weren't getting much cabin heat. We've changed that pretty dramatically here. We put a new battery in the airplane, a new battery access. We've got new light housing on the wingtips and the tail. We've got an entire new paint scheme, and we've also partnered with yet another, in addition to AmSafe and several others, O'Neill and Associates. They're the leader in the aviation technical publications, and we are writing what I am sure will be the standard for LSA industry in terms of maintenance manuals. And I want to close on a note that I think is so very, very important, and that's every CubCrafters airplane for 27 years has been in full compliance with all applicable certification regulations. It's always been the case, and it always will be, and our customers can rest assured that not only does Sport Cub S2 that we've introduced at this show meet those standards, but it gives them more value in their light plane to add all the options that they want in a light sport Super Cub and still be in perfect compliance with LSA regulations. That's an issue of trust for us at CubCrafters, and our customers' confidence in us is really the cornerstone of our business for the long term.